We might have been teasing you a little bit there. I know we're a little like it's 7:04. Don't blame it on Collin. Blame it on the producer guy or whatever. We were having good conversation before we went live here, and then it was like, oh, it's time to go live. Sorry, yeah, right. Sorry, Collin. Save it for the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Q&A with Collin. And as always, I'm your host, David Burrows. Great to be here. It's sorry we missed you last month. It was tough, Collin, summertime too, but we had actually kind of planned something, but we were going to do it like on the fly, like we didn't schedule something. And then that day did not work for you.
No, that turned into a 15-hour day. We were working a wreck, actually. I did post the pictures up for it, so everyone has got to see those. But yeah, it was a long day. So by the time I got home, it was actually, I think, like 9 o'clock.
Right.
So
well, I know you had sent me you'd texted me earlier and said, hey, this is where I'm at. This is gonna be this, and I'm still trying to be there. Just so you know, everybody was trying to be here, but then it was like I'm thinking about. I think it was about 4 o'clock. We kind of called it, and I said, listen, I know you're trying to get this job done, and I know you want to do this, but you're going to get home and you're going to be completely spent, and then so it's like, don't worry about it. But let's talk about that, because that's like part of this industry that you're in. This is, for the Godfather example, this is the life we've chosen, and you do have to cancel things sometimes, right?
Oh, for sure. There's always sacrifices to be made in this line of work, and it's part of the job. You're 1 minute you're out at a family get together, or you're on a date, or you're at the restaurant or something like that, and phone rings and everything changes. You're gone for a few hours to a whole day or night or something like that. So yeah, it's quite the industry. There's not many industries out there where you have a whole change of pace as the phone rings.
Yeah, and that has to be, I would say, probably a discussion with family, maybe relationships, neighbors, even, I don't know, like all of that, whoever you surround yourself with, that has to be, is that a hard conversation to have?
I don't really say it would be a hard conversation, but it is something that, growing up, I know a lot of my friends were kind of like, do we invite him out to our event or not, because he may not be able to come because he's on call or something like that. So
yeah,
it was always odd like that. It was like, yeah, I appreciate the invite, but I can't do it, or yeah, I'll be there, but hey, heads up, I may actually have to
run.
And that actually had happened last week, and ironically enough, I was only on backup, and I had some friends over having a bonfire at my backyard, and then I got a call. So I was like, you guys enjoy the fire. I'll be back in like 40 minutes.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Hopefully it's 40 minutes.
That one was a quick one, thankfully. They were stuck in the McDonald's drive-thru, so I had to be quick.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. So that one was a pretty good one. So I had to get that one out of there quick, because McDonald's wanted them out and they wanted to be out of there. So.
I'm sure. But your friends, like you say, they probably, I'm guessing, friends have known you a long time and kind of know, they kind of probably grew up with you and got used to that whole Collin thing.
Yep.
And when I mean Collin thing, I mean the Collin.
Yeah, the bat phone rings, and then all of a sudden
there's the big star up in the sky, and it's like, oh yeah, here we go, right? And it's never a convenient time, right? I mean, I always said too, like whenever I drove down the road in the car and I locked my keys in the car, it was never when I was not in a hurry.
Yep.
The only time I locked the keys in my car is when I had to be somewhere at a certain time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It is the most inconvenient times all the time. So,
Yeah.
but it still works out. I still have all my friends, so that's a good thing.
Right. Well, that's good. Well, and again, that's an understanding that you have to grow through, and that's just, this is the life you've chosen. Like you say, and that's got to be, and I'm sure that's tough at times. I'm sure like you were enjoying yourself around the bonfire and you're like, oh, I'm on backup, so I'm probably okay. It's a Tuesday. Nothing happens on a Tuesday, right? And then you have that Tuesday, it goes completely crazy, and then Friday, Saturday shows up and there's nothing.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes in this business. You really never know what you're going to get. The phone rings, honestly. It's like some days it's quiet and other days it's busy. Well, and that was my Friday night last weekend when I was doing the heavy calls. I had no clue what I was getting into. I posted the pictures up of the smaller wreck that I dealt with out. It was about an hour away from Sarnia too, and they called, and it was just a pickup truck versus a transport. So I'm thinking, in a small city, I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's popped tire, taken a tire off the bead, or hit the fuel tanks or something like that, damaged it so it can't drive down the road. Get there, the thing's up on the curb, the axle's pushed back. It's like, this happened at 50 kilometers an hour, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, how? So yeah, you never know what you're gonna get when that phone rings.
Yeah. Or you probably get the call. It's like, yeah, I just went in the ditch. Like I'm only about 3 feet down.
I'm only a little in the ditch. That is the best comment. I am only a little in the ditch. It's like, no, there is no, I'm only a little in the ditch. You're in the ditch or you're not in the ditch.
Right. There's no, and then of course there's like, I remember like going, somebody was in the ditch, or like, I'm just a little in the ditch. They said that 30 years ago too. And I'm just a little in the ditch, so it won't take much to get me out. And then there's those like steel stakes that are in the ground, like they're like city property, and they mark. Do you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. It was actually right at the bottom of Indian Road by Joe's Tire there, and there's just a little in the ditch. And it was probably my first ditch pull with your dad. And the steel stake, and it was like the I don't know if it was the gas tank or the what's the other thing called? The
oil pan, or
no, it wasn't the thing. the thing that gets really hot.
Oh, the exhaust?
No. The thing.
The radiator?
No. Anyway, underneath the car. This is why I don't drive tow truck anymore. As soon as you say it, it'll be like it's super, super hot. It's a something.
Catalytic converter?
That's it.
Okay. That's part of the exhaust.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. See, your dad's watching like, oh my goodness, how did I put up with Burrows for 3 years? Right? I knew what it was back then. Anyway, and it's like whatever it was sitting on, and it like landed in the ditch right on that steel property stake. And it was like, so we're not just hooking this winch up and just pulling it out, because obviously that would rip the car in half or whatever.
Yeah.
I think something would blow up, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. So 40 minutes can turn into 4 hours.
Oh, easily.
Very, very easily, right? And that's again, that's what happened like last month, and you were just like, had this. And by the way, I know you had reached out to me and said, I don't know if you were joking or not because of the tomato thing years ago, but you were like, hey, if you and Jason aren't busy, we could use a hand unloading the truck.
I was serious, because it was like we were trying to find people, and that was the hardest part, actually, is finding the people to do the offload, because unfortunately with that load being on its side, everything's falling out of the packages. There's boxes open everywhere. There's product all over this trailer. So it was, a full hand offload, and we needed everyone that we could get. And we were very fortunate. We had a good crew come out and help us there. And it still took us, I think, 5 or 6 hours to offload.
You were there for a while. Right.
Oh yeah.
And I apologize that I couldn't. I was somewhere else. And actually my son Jason I think he just had surgery like 2 days before. So he was,
Yeah.
and I texted him. I'm like, yeah, we can't do it. He's like, oh, I really would. He goes, I said, really? And he goes, yeah, well, it's warm this time.
Yeah, that's fair. That
We
is
had to
fair.
unload the tomatoes. Oh man, yeah. But that's really a lot of it too, though. You get on scene, right? And there's it's a big transport, and like the first thing you have to do when you get there, you really have to assess the situation.
Yep.
It's not just a lift or a winch or a pull or a tow or whatever. Like, and especially on those transports, like there's so much going on with brakes.
Yeah.
Alone, any like leakage of transmission fluid or gas or oil, like all that stuff, and then the property that's on, like when you get to something like that, I know you probably can't give an exact answer on time, but there's how much time would you say on average goes into assessing and just looking around and figuring out what the strategy is for this?
That's a good one because we do kind of have a process. We have main things we look for. We look for structure of the trailer. We look to see what the load is. We look to see if the trailer's broken or if the load's protruding. If we've got any chemicals spilling out, whether it be from the truck itself or from the load. We do have a process, so it's fairly quick actually. We're usually 20 minutes and we've done a full assessment. Mind you, obviously things do change mid-rec and you have to do more assessments.
Yeah.
As we offload these trailers, we're taking a lot of weight out of them and we can assess things differently because sometimes the trailers will actually lift up a little bit. If the wall's bowed out and it's touching the ground, and we take the load out, now it's not bowed out, it makes the job easier. We can run straps underneath of it. It changes a lot of things. So, we are always constantly reassessing the situation as we go, but we do our initial assessment. It's like 20 minutes and we've got that kind of down to get a general idea of what we need.
You kind of have to look beyond I would say, here's a name for a show, Beyond the Trailer.
Yeah.
You have to look, but you really do have to look beyond the trailer because you're going around and you're looking at what you can see.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of have to have a third eye, like what's underneath, what can't we see that could potentially be extremely dangerous out here.
Yeah, and that's exactly, we're always looking for those third-party hazards. Like a lot of people don't realize that there are pipelines that run underneath certain sections of the 402. So fortunately, they're fairly deep under the ground, but still, we always have to be mindful of that. They are very clearly marked, and they're marked on both sides of the highway plus the center median. So you do have a general idea of where they are running underneath, but you do always have to have that in the back of your mind. Look for those markers. There could be hidden hydro wires underneath, underground there. You got to watch for water pipelines, anything like that underground, that when these transports go in the ditch, they can actually dig up if they do dig deep enough. Some of these cables and stuff like that aren't very deep. So we do really have to be careful for that stuff.
For sure. All right. Enough of us. Got to go to the comments here. And we are taking your comments and your questions, and I will do my best, folks, to get to everyone. Let's go. So this was at 7:13. So give me the times now, right? So
there you go.
Mom is here.
Wondering where we are.
She said, "No, that was a '50s moment, Dave." So I don't know if she's talking about I think she's talking about when I couldn't remember catalytic converter.
I'm thinking so.
It was 30 years ago. I don't even know how to spell catalytic. Come on. So, good times, right? It's I think that's a lot of what you do too, right? We've talked about it many times as long as we've been doing this show now, that there's a lot of relationships that in your world and things that go way back, and it's fun to do that kind of stuff. It's okay, Tammy, I'll get you back. I'm meeting your mom on Monday, and I'll get her back somehow. She's got to bring me a large cream, Tammy, just so you know. Let's go over Carl Freeman from Bancroft. I've always said from Oshawa.
Carl.
I don't know why, but hey, Carl, good to have you here, buddy. Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Says hello. I'm feeling so special now because they used to just say hello to you.
Yeah. Now we're both getting it.
I'm included now. I'm feeling very special. Tracy Laker, who's here in Sarnia as well, is saying hello. Thanks, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
There's Andrew Wilson.
Hey, Andrew.
The infamous Lisa Terryberry.
Hey, Lisa.
Huge supporter, right? She's fantastic. Yep. Her and her family as well. Hello from Mobile, Alabama.
Hey, Chris.
Right. Gulf Coast, USA. Very nice. I'm always amazed by, does it ever cease to amaze you, like where they're watching from? Not even just here, but I mean like on Heavy Rescue 401.
It's crazy, you know, like when we get emails from people, you know, all over the world, it's like, wow, you don't realize you have that reach until you get those emails saying, yeah, I was watching and I'm here in this country and they've converted it to my language. It's like, wow, that's,
yeah,
that's
right.
phenomenal.
And does the voice actor do a good job of your voice?
I couldn't tell you. I'd have to ask them.
There you go. Who else we got here? Oh, there's Vince.
Hey, Vince.
Right on, Vince. Okay, here's a good one. Here's a question from Rachel. Never ever seen this question. So here, this is a great one. Here you go. I do have a question, Collin. How did you pick the color for all the trucks?
Well, that was actually my parents did that before I was even born. So the burgundy thing came from my dad wanted to do red, but there was already another company that was red. So burgundy was a close enough option, and it stuck over the years. And you know what? We really do enjoy the color now. It's a pretty neat color, and there's not a lot of companies out there that use that color scheme. So it's kind of unique that way. It's nice.
It is. It was a good choice for sure. Good job, Gary. If it was all him. Michelle, of course, she says hello, Collin.
Hey, Michelle.
Here's one. Pauline Stevenson says, hello. I know this question more than likely has been asked. It actually hasn't, I don't think. But why do you not film all year? It's not like accidents stop with spring and summer. Good question.
That's a very good question. You know, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to having a camera crew around all year would probably get quite expensive for the production company. And then on top of that, it is nice to have a bit of a break in the summer just to kind of get back to our normal routine. And then, you know, in the winter, when we do start getting the more spectacular wrecks again, they come out and they see those spectacular wrecks. And, you know, the other thing too is, when people around the world see, you know, the snow, there's a lot of countries out there that don't get the snow. So for them watching it and seeing, holy, you know, look at all that snow. It's crazy. The weather that they're dealing with. I think that's a big draw to the show as well.
For sure. There's an entertainment value to it. And we do like the big wrecks. No, I get it. Unfortunately, I mean, that's the reality.
Nature,
it is. That's the reality to it. Great question though, Pauline. Thanks for that. Carl says he doesn't miss that kind of life.
Yeah.
Right. John Martin yelling your name out there. And there's Joseph. Hey, Joseph. Thanks for being here.
Hey, Joseph.
And there's hello, Collin from Montreal, Quebec.
Hey, Alex.
Okay. This is a good one too. Nice to see you again, Collin. I just remembered I had a question in the last Q&A that never got a chance to ask. Are you planning on adding any more equipment to the fleet you and your dad already have? Yeah. Any more coming? What?
We do have a new truck that we just put into service today.
Oh, wow.
Don't have any pictures of it yet, so I will be posting up some pictures of it. But we did get a new flatbed, so we're just kind of running through it. All of our equipment, you know, we want to keep everything up to date, and we do have a lot of plans for the future here. You know, we always have to be constantly updating the fleet and making sure that everything is up to date, new, with all the modern technology, because the technology does change, and these trucks do get a lot stronger over the years. So.
Yeah, for sure. It's the technology just constantly I just got an iPhone 12 and I remember like, well, I got an iPhone 4, like I will never need more than that, so I can imagine in your world.
Yep.
Houston Silverthorne. Hey Houston, nice to have you here from the
Houston.
Sarnia Street Cruisers. Thanks for being here, Houston.
Always enjoy the Sunday morning coffee.
Oh yeah, what's that about?
Oh, we do the Cars and Coffee. So we go down to Coffee Culture every Sunday morning and support that. And we also do Thursday nights down at Canatera Park. So little car events, and I've always enjoyed that. You should come down, Dave.
I never knew about it. I saw Houston. I saw him downtown. So I'm going to banter him now. Houston. Yeah. I saw him downtown at like when they shut things down on the weekend there, and I was like, hey, I gotta know about these car things. We'll get you on the show. And Houston, you never called me, buddy, so I don't know. Like,
there you go. This Thursday, bring the drone out. You gotta fly over.
Okay.
Over Canatera Park. It's always pretty cool.
What time is that at?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Okay.
6:30, 7 o'clock. They're usually getting down there.
Okay. All right. I can do that. Yeah. Houston, get a hold of me. Let's do something. I know there's a lot of cool cars out there. I've actually been looking. I want a Corvette so bad.
Nice.
And I've been looking for a while, and it's like I got my eye on a 78.
Very nice.
Yeah. I have to work on my financial advisor. I almost bought another motorcycle too because I need more than one for some reason. I don't know, but
it's hard to ride two unless you strap them together.
Yeah, I know. It's a mood thing. I'm in the mood for that today. Anyway.
It's that darn Facebook Marketplace. It gets you every time, right?
It totally does. You know what? I'll be honest. You know what I almost did? I had my Vulcan, right? I almost bought the exact same 2053 cc Vulcan, but it was a 2006 instead of a 2005. I was just like, but it was
1 year newer. It's fine.
Well, it was pretty red. It had saddle, but like I say, my mood that day. Anyway. Okay, listen, I'm gonna respond to there's a couple comments out there, and I'm gonna take Collin off the hook on this, because often we get questions that are like, what's the worst wreck you've ever seen? What's the toughest thing? And here's the thing. While I kind of understand you asking, this is a question that like you have to understand. Like that's not something that is necessarily. It's not. You don't want to bring that up. Like there's and so Collin, let's address this in a way that we can help people understand that maybe we take this into the mental health side of it all, right? Like, I mean, you and I have talked off camera one-on-one. I know you've shared some stuff, and I'm very grateful that you shared that with me, but it's not something you want to keep going down that path, because while you do work in an industry that you kind of got to expect there's going to be tragedy along the way, it's not something you really care to relive all the time, right? Is that a good way to put it?
That's a very fair way to put it. And a lot of people don't understand. The way I like to put it is, a lot of people, they watch the movies, and there's a lot of gory movies out there, and it always glamorizes things.
Yeah.
And until you see that in person, it's a completely different thing. And that's the thing is a lot of people always ask me that question. It's like I could go into very specific detail if you want me to, but let me tell you, it is not like what it is in a movie. The movies and TV shows, they glamorize that stuff.
That's Hollywood.
Yeah. And it's one thing to see it on TV, but when you see it in person, it changes you. It really does. And
100%.
It's not something that I would ever want everyone to see. It's one thing. I signed up for this job. I knew what I was getting into, but the general public, to have to see stuff like that, you do not want to see that, because it sticks with you. It really does. So
it's a fair way to put it. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to surprise on that, but that question has come up every single time we've done this, and folks, we need you to understand that. Like, and when you say it sticks with you, I can tell you from 30 years ago, my first 2 weeks with working for your mom and dad, there are two incidents that I had to go to that it's still right here. It's right here, right? And there's a trigger that comes along with that, and it still comes for, and I can look and I can close my eyes and it's right there just as we talk about it. A little Italian car, and it does last with you. So it's still there for me too. So I can only imagine, So it's a part of the industry and it's a part of the job, but it's not something we really want to keep reliving, I guess would be the best way to, again, you know what you signed up for, but you got to go through the rest of it. So we understand why you ask, but we want to move kind of beyond that. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Thanks, Collin. So we're going back to Joseph here. Okay, this is probably talking about like when I lock the keys in the car, and it only happens when you're in a hurry, never when you're just doing nothing, right? Running a gas diesel when you have to be at an important.
Yeah. I got that phone call last night at 1:30 in the morning from someone on the 402. So that happens quite a lot.
There you go. Jordy Dupuran, am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Hope everything is great, Collin. Good to see you. Love these stories. Any of us who've grown up in the industry could totally relate, right? I'm thinking they're talking about the campfire.
Yeah, and Jordy, he was actually on Highway Through Hell. I want to have you on this show, Jordy, by the way. So I'll get in contact with you soon. So we'll have you on here.
Jordy, just message him right now, because if you don't, he will. Actually, I'm writing it down.
There you go.
Because a lot of times Collin forgets.
I do. I'm sorry about that. It's very bad for that.
I learned a long time ago. I told my kids, and they roll their eyes. I say, I'm going to teach you a secret right now, how you'll never ever forget anything. Do you want to know the secret?
Sure.
Write it down.
I like this answer.
I just wrote it down right here. Message Joe, right? So write it down. It's a great secret. I gotta bring this up. I've been waiting for the right moment, but here's the moment. I guess is now, right?
Yep.
We got some special guests here on the show with Q&A with Collin. Right? Oh, look at that. So this is okay. So this is Collin, obviously. It's very obvious that's Collin, right? And it's like, are you happy to be here on the show, Collin? Yes, I am, David. That's very good. I'm happy to be there. And then here's Dad, Gary, right? And it's like, are you having, what's going on there, David? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Gary, you doing it? Yeah, whatever. Right? And this is, okay, I have my phone right here. I'm waiting for the text. I don't think he will. He's too busy.
He'll have my mom text you.
He'll have, right? Text him. This is definitely Collin. Got a nice signature in there and everything. And this, I think, is Gary. I think this is your dad. It's a liking there. When I really know that it's him is when I turn it sideways. There it is.
That side profile.
It's the nose.
The nose.
That is definitely Gary right there. Collin, Gary. Waiting. In all seriousness, no, these are really great. These bobbleheads. I'm kind of jealous. I got to ask your mom. Like, I want one for me, just for me.
Yeah.
But these are great. They still have some left.
We still have quite a few left. Yep.
Okay, because there was 250 made.
250 of each. So
of each,
500 total.
Yeah, right. And I'm really proud because I got number 3 out of the 250. I know, of course, you guys got number 1, and then there was a young person that got number 2, and I just happened to bribe my way into preferred towing that day. And thank you, Carol, because she was digging through. I'm like, I want number 3. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And of course, I said, what's going to happen? It's going to be the ones at the very bottom, the last ones you look at. And of course, that's what exactly happened. But they're $40 a piece. and they're going to support Ohana Landing, right?
Yep.
Right on. Let's remind everybody what Ohana Landing is.
So it's the youth transitional housing that my mom has created, to help homeless youth within Sarnia. It's a hand up, not a handout. We want to make sure that these youth are getting a good place to live so that they can build on that, build on their skills, and become productive members of society and really get that good start that they need.
Yeah, it's been a great, I guess, a bit of a journey for your mom and your dad and your whole family, quite honestly. I know it's very near and dear to your mom and for many personal reasons, but it's been great to see it come to life over the years, and now to see the impact that Ohana Landing has had on the youth that have been able to be a part of being at Ohana Landing. And it's not just a free place to live. There are life skills that are being taught. There's people working there, as simple as cooking skills and all that sort of stuff, right? So, and it's something we would probably take for advantage. I mean, I'm the first, I don't cook, and I shouldn't cook, but I burn water. But seriously, it's those simple life skills that are also being taught. It's not just you can live here until you decide to do better. It's you're here, and we want to help you progress as a person and grow into that. So I know so many people are so grateful for Ohana Landing. So when you buy these bobbleheads, they're $40 a piece, and you can go to preferredtowing.com to find out more about them, or just simply call Preferred Towing. And I know Carol is looking after that, and we'll get them in your hands. Can you ship these things to people too?
We can ship them. Yeah. We've
Okay.
We've got that set up. We can ship all over the world. So.
Okay, perfect. So let's get the bobbleheads out there, $40 a piece. And you really need to buy two, because
you gotta have the set.
Well, we don't want Gary to be lonely, right? So you gotta have two, and they're fantastic. And these are all every single one of these is unique because they're all hand painted.
Yep.
Like all 250 were somebody took the time to do. That's incredible, right? And
I know.
They all got a signature on them.
They've all got signatures, and they're all numbered as well. Here.
That's right.
There we go. 38 to 250 here. So, yeah, they're all and because I'm not very good at signing, each and every signature is unique. I can guarantee you that. No two are alike.
Right. That's great. This is speaking of unique. This is really a unique way to come to promote the Ohana Landing, and it's something I haven't seen anything else be like this. I do. I want my own. Tammy, text me. Where do I get my own bobblehead there? Boost my ego a little bit so I can keep up with Gary and Collin. Let's go back to the comments. Let's see. We don't want to leave anybody out here. Okay, here we go. We're all looking forward to this for sure. My grandson PJ says hi to Collin and wants to know if PJ. Collin knows when the new season of Heavy Rescue is coming on TV. Everybody wants to know that answer.
I unfortunately do not know the date. Usually they release that I think mid-December or start of December. I want to say that they'll release the date. We typically have the understanding that it releases January, the first Tuesday of January. So we're gonna go with that. But for right now, I don't know an exact date. When I do have that,
you don't know the date. I know the date.
You know the date. Okay.
No, I don't know the date. I'm just saying that. I was gonna, it's January typically is when it has come out. Usually first or second week in there, so depending on if they pull that off again. But yeah, I would say January is a fair way to mark it down on the calendar, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And now that being said, you probably do know some things about what might show up in Heavy Rescue 401, and of course we don't want you to give it all away, but can you toss some carrots out there?
I can say it was a very busy winter for like a 1 week stretch. We had a majority of the wrecks, and it shows pretty good. There was a lot of really good recoveries this winter. So, that's all I'm giving away.
Any mud?
Yeah, there's
Sorry.
always mud. There is always mud, unfortunately.
It's never going to go away, Colin. It's never going to go away.
No.
Okay, I got one more comment, and then we're going to go on to something here that will. Okay, let's talk to Jack Kane, of course, regular fan here as well. Jack, good to have you here hanging with us. Hi, David and Colin. I got a call from your office, and Carol said my bobbleheads are being mailed out, and I asked her if Colin can bring them over with the trailer easy. Oh, yeah?
I would love to, but unfortunately, with the way the border is, that probably won't happen.
Right on. That's cool, though. Jack's he's always here. Jack, we appreciate you, buddy, and we appreciate
very loyal fan
engaging in the chat. Hey, Colin, Rick from Fort Myers.
Hey, Rick.
Good to see you again. Hope all is well and safe. It's great to be a part of this live stream. Thank you. You're welcome there, Richard. And let's talk about that. You know, we've been doing this for over a year now, right?
Yeah, it's
COVID, pre-COVID, wasn't it?
No,
was it just COVID?
We started it just after. I think it was May of last year was our first one.
Right, because COVID started March.
Yeah.
I know, I remember. I had to miss St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, I remember, and I messaged you. I was like, you know, things are kind of like blah right now, and you know, we want to keep the fans engaged and have everyone kind of, you know, bring the spirits up. So then we start doing this. And, you know, here we are still over a year later.
I know. We've had so much fun doing it. I know I have, right? And it's been so enjoyable to talk with you. And we've had several guests on here, and it's been a lot of laughter and fun. And we, you know, like Richard, just to respond, we appreciate you. We appreciate you appreciating it, because we really enjoy coming here, because we just come here on our own time. We try to figure out a good time. A lot of times it's like 2 or 3 days before. I know I don't even post it till today, and so it's last minute. So it's nice to have this engagement. We've got lots of people watching and enjoying along with us. So Richard, thank you so much, and everybody who's watching.
Yep.
Oh, what's this? I watched you pull up on that wreck in Elsa Craig. What was that about?
Well, that was the one last Friday that I was talking about. Where,
right.
You literally never know what you're going to get. But yeah, no, that was a good one. So I know everyone out in Elsie Craig there was. They had a live heavy rescue episode there.
Nice. Elsie Craig's nice.
It is. It was a whole town affair, and I know they had the car show. I hope I got the street cleaned up. I had a lot of help from some local residents cleaning up the street.
Oh, nice.
So I hope it looked good for the car show the next day.
Yeah, great restaurant down there on the main drag there. Often we ride the bikes down there, 2 or 3 times in the season, and enjoy it. So okay, that's cool. We got Stephanie says hello from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Hello, Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
Let's see. Oh, I'm going to say this right. Good evening, calling to Attleboro, Massachusetts. Massachusetts?
I think that's right. Hey, Michael.
Right on. Okay, this is a fair one. Have you ever been seriously injured while on a towing job?
Seriously injured? No. I guess that kind of alludes to this season. I did have a bit of a mishap, and it is on the show. I was very fortunate. I didn't get seriously hurt, but that one, it was a very scary incident. So we'll talk about that more when the season comes out and everyone gets to see what I experienced.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Oh, everything was working good with the comments. They fixed it, and then I boo-booed.
You broke it?
It hasn't been scrolling crazy. Like, they fixed that. I actually had direct contact with the creators of this, and I was like, look. So
this is what happens.
I'm sure I wasn't the only one, but I'd like to think it was all me. Joseph says, reminds me of, this is a long one, that's what I'm going to, reminds me of a truck and trailer friends of mine had to recover, full of citrus fruit, and they were lucky that they had a skid steer loader.
Yeah.
with forks that make offloading easier. They actually ended up buying the tractor, prime mover, and repaired and repainted it. Was classed as a repairable write-off.
That's pretty cool. That is
Okay.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have the equipment out on these scenes, especially those skid steers are so versatile. The wreck there that we did with all the produce a couple weeks ago, unfortunately, we couldn't offload that with the skid steer just the way it was in the ditch. So that one was a hand bomb. But no, let me tell you, having those skid steers and all that sort of stuff, telehandlers and stuff like that, oh, it makes the job so much easier.
Right. All right, I'm going to try to get, so we're back to like, wow, we're 7:45 already. Boy, you talk a lot.
Wow. I know, right?
We want to try to get, Bill McDonald says, hi, David and Collin. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Ray says, still in heavy bobbleheads. Yes, we're not saving them. You got to get a hold of Preferred Towing and get one. Reagan Hopkins, hello from Newfoundland. Really enjoy the show.
Hey,
stay safe out there, Collin. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, you too.
Jonah wants to know, do you remember the tear weight for your 3 rotators? Is that the right word, or is that a miss?
No, that's the right word.
What does that mean? What's tear? I don't know what that means.
So that is the weight of the truck empty.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Our first rotator was 65,000. The second one was 70, and the newest one is 75-ish. So they've all gone up by about 5,000 pounds, which is ironic because the newest one has the carbon composite boxes, which are lighter than the steel boxes that the original one had, but they beefed up the frame on the actual rotator itself. So that's where the extra weight comes in. But man, that truck handles nice.
Right on. Okay. Good question, Jonah. Fred wants to know, I love the way you and your father get along with each other. Do you guys always get along so well?
You know what? We do. We have a good relationship. And, there's times when we don't necessarily agree on how we want to do things. But at the same time, my dad likes to look at how I do things now. And, it really gives him a different perspective. And, I look at the way he does things and it gives me a different perspective. So we may not always agree on stuff, but we can take it and look at it and say, okay, that's different than how I think I would have done it, but it did the same thing. So
which was more efficient or
that's exactly it. It's kind of just, we try to compare and see, which way is more efficient. So it's pretty cool.
And they're always respectful on camera.
Yeah.
No, sometimes you got to go to your corners though, right? And just process and then come back and then not necessarily come out fighting, but just kind of go, okay, you're going to go over there and I'm going to go over here and then we'll come back and we'll meet about it again and then go, okay, so after some thought and everything. Because, the fact that your dad's obviously already led the way in this industry, in this area and all over, quite honestly, and your mother as well on her side of things. There is that point in life where we go, like, when does a student become the teacher? And there's always that older generation that says, well, this is how we've always done things. Right.
But my dad's not like that.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm saying, but that is often a situation. Yeah. And I think that it's at least on the camera and knowing you personally as well, I know that it's like, I listen to that generation. Both generations have to listen to each other, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
For sure.
And that's kind of how you handle it, eh?
Yeah, for sure. We always look at each other and kind of try to figure out which way is going to be more efficient. And, it's
safe.
Always neat. Yeah, exactly.
That's the number one thing, right?
Yeah.
Tiffany Travis, say hello. Travis and Tiffany here from Bay City, Michigan.
Hey, Travis and Tiffany.
And we've got Carl from San Antonio, Texas.
Wow. Hey, Carl.
Oh, the Yellow Rose of Texas. I only know that from the Pee Wee Herman movie years ago. Anyway,
there you go.
Pennsylvania here. Thanks, Vince.
It's awesome.
And we've got Maddock, Ontario.
Okay, yep. Hey, David.
Where's Maddock?
Oh,
do you know that one?
I know it. I just don't remember exactly where it is.
Oh. Well, here's Danny Cacciamilio. Oh, he's putting a plug in for our friends at Oswald's. Are you going to the ride tomorrow at Oswald's Diner? I'll be there, but I don't know. Colin, he's gone
I
to the
don't have
dark.
a bike.
He's gone to the
anymore.
dark side on the motorcycle.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a bike anymore. I sold that a couple weeks ago, so
There's
time
gonna
to
be a
switch
couple
things up.
hundred anyway bikes at Oswald's Diner tomorrow.
That'll be awesome.
So quick plug, Oswald's Diner here in Sarnia on Plank Road. Registration starts at 11 o'clock, and it's $15 a motorcycle, and it's going to Sarnia Special Olympics. And it's going to be on until 7 o'clock. They're going to have bands and stuff. I'll be live there. Flying the drone. Come on by and fly the drone with me, Colin.
There we go. That's a good experience. I will probably try to come out there.
Okay. What do you, wait a minute. What did you just say?
I will probably try to come out there.
I will probably try.
I have no clue what tomorrow is going to bring. I'll be honest. I kind of have been at a
that's
watch
better.
for the last
I
couple
won't
days,
promise.
So.
I don't know if I can. I probably try. That doesn't think of that for a minute. That's like Yoda saying, "I'll see if." Right? That's right. That's like Yoda saying, "I'll see if the Force works." Where is it? I got it right up here. Do or do not. There is no try. Okay. Who else we got here? Will there be another season? Yes, we've talked about that. Likely in January. Hello from St. Thomas, Ontario. Yes, so far, yeah. Hello from St. Thomas, Ontario. My husband and I enjoy watching you and your family. This is a statement that I couldn't agree more with. Jennifer, thanks for sharing. Love how genuine you all are.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Really comes through with you and your family, right?
Thank you.
There's Annie says hello.
Hi, Annie.
Jess says hello. These are back from like 7:20, so hang in there.
Oh man,
I'm way behind. Hello from Mississauga.
Hey, Scott.
What about here's another one, Robert from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Hey, Robert.
What about in this industry, is there are you always keeping doors open for looking for new drivers or people to be a part of the team? And what's the turnover like in an industry like this?
This industry does have a rather high turnover. It's hard to find people who want to do this job because it is one of those jobs that it really does take you away from a normal life, because you are on call and you never know what's going to happen. That phone could ring, and as I said earlier, you're gone for a few hours or a night or a day or even a couple days sometimes. So you really never know what you're going to get. So
yeah.
It definitely is a hard industry, but at the same time, when you get people who are dedicated and enjoy it, it's it shows. They stick around and they really want to progress in this industry.
Yeah. Now in this industry, and I don't know if we can't really get into specific on this, but somebody's out. What's the average salary of a heavy tow operator? I mean. Obviously, we can't give exact dollars there, but I mean that's probably going to be based on experience, obviously,
yeah,
and probably location, like Sarnia or Toronto or wherever, Vancouver. Like that's all got to have a variable in the salary, right?
Yeah, it differs very much because there aren't a lot of companies out there that do. Pay by the hour for the days and then commissions for the night. That's something that we do at Preferred Towing that's a little different from a lot of companies. Throughout the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's hourly, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, and then the weekends and evenings, those are all commission calls. So it really is hard to gauge because most companies do go by commission. So the wages really differ, depending on the area and depending on the call volume, because, 1 year somebody could make, really good. And then the next year it may not be as good depending on the call volume if they're run strictly off commissions. So
sure.
yeah, it's a hard one to gauge, really.
Is it fair to say though that if you're full time, which
Mhm.
is full time even a word in this industry? I think
it's
it's probably
full-time
overtime.
times 2 is what
That's
I
right.
like to say. It's
It's
full-time.
always overtime, but a person could sustain a decent,
Yes.
livable wage.
Yes,
I guess
and that's the
right.
thing is we like to believe that our employees should have a fair wage, and they have to be able to enjoy life as well. So we have to
Right.
pay them fairly.
Yeah.
So
If you want
that's
there, and if you want them to be there after a certain time, and you have to recognize
yeah.
that that's value to running your business. I just got. Oh, I thought it was your dad.
I think he may have texted. Someone texted me right after we did.
Well, he hasn't texted me. I don't think. Oh, wait, he did. Oh, it's 7:34. Okay, so I'm not paying attention. Okay, well, we'll come back to Gary. I got Houston Silverthorne.
He's messaging you now.
He is. Automax is hosting our next Cars and Coffee. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
that's right. This Sunday.
Now I am going to go to your dad's text that he sent me. What is?
Are you able to read it or not?
Yeah, I'm fully trying to grasp it here. Where do I take this? Okay, I'll just do it. Ready?
Yep.
Nose holes matter. Oh, I get it. Oh yeah, okay. I was just picking on like the slope there originally, but now I see it.
Oh man.
Okay, so we'll wait for you know what I think we should just call your dad.
We should.
We just call your dad. Okay.
We should. We'll bring him on.
And Tammy, you are not allowed to answer for Gary. I don't know. I might not even have his number anymore because I used to text him, right, and he'd get back to me like 6 months later, and so I probably deleted him from my phone. Okay, maybe not.
Banned him.
Okay.
Blocked his number.
All right, here we go. Anybody got money on whether he's going to answer? Here we go. This is totally unscripted, folks. Right?
Mr. Burrows.
The first ring you picked up.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like
oh, because you like. Oh no! See, we're live. You know that, right? See what he said? Because I like you, right? Here we go.
What's going on, Dave? I'm watching you, just so you know.
Oh, you're always watching. We know that. We just decided that unscripted. I'm like, let's just call your dad because see, you're probably getting about a 2-minute delay.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I knew it was coming.
Right, for sure. Well, listen, we're obviously we're having fun here. We wanted to do something different, but Collin's here and talking, and how's things been with you? On let me ask the question: have you retired yet?
No, I have not retired, and I'm not retiring anytime soon.
Are you? Would define soon, like 6 months, 6 years?
Well, I'm waiting at least till I'm 60, probably. So
yeah, so like 6 months.
6 years.
Oh, 6 years. I'm sorry. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm the older one. Or you are. I think you're the older one.
I'm not sure. We're very close.
We're very close. We're going to go with you're the older one. That'll make me feel better.
All right. Whatever it takes.
Seriously, things good in the towing world, though. Are you seeing, now that guidelines are kind of in, I guess, if we could say, improving, did COVID really affect the industry in the sense of busyness?
Definitely, traffic changed for us in especially at the beginning, things dropped off considerably, and there was always, as a business owner, concerns there. But we did not, skip a beat with our employees. We kept everybody on,
right.
No matter what it took to do that, because that's important. They're our family, and they have families to take care of. So, we made sure that we kept them there, and we kept busy. We did the things that we needed to do, and so that was good there. But towing, all in all, has been really, really good. Really can't complain.
Okay.
The show has been great for the industry, I believe.
Yeah. Well, and you and your wife Tammy are big advocates behind the scenes, like even right down to having contact with like Carolyn Mulrooney and government officials and that. Is that advocation paying off?
Yeah, I believe it is. Working with government certainly is challenging and takes time. But Tammy is on the board of directors for the association, Provincial Towing Association, and I belong to different boards as we've gone along here. So we both really, had our input into trying to steer the industry in the right direction. So,
right.
It's been good, and it's a good feeling to be able to do that and try and direct it in a good direction and get. The recognition I believe that everybody deserves in this industry.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
right on.
You know how hard it is and how hard it is to do this job. So
yeah, right. Well, I sort of remember. I couldn't remember what a catalytic converter was, but well, thanks for taking my call. No pressure. One more question before I let you go. Is Tammy sitting beside you?
I can get her close at hand if you would like.
Yeah, we want to talk to Tammy too. Why not?
You want to talk to Tammy too? All right.
I don't know if she wants to talk to me, but
she as well is always pleased and honored to talk to you.
Oh, geez. So
I'm going to pass you over.
Okay.
Just a second. Thanks, guys, for calling me. I appreciate it, making me part of your show.
Right on. I'll wait for the nasty text after we're done.
Yeah.
I love you, man. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Love you too, buddy.
Bye.
Hello.
She's like, what is David doing?
Yeah.
What is he up to? That sneaky little bugger him.
Yes, you're always up to something, aren't you?
Well, it can't be like everybody else, right?
No, that is true. You are not like anybody else.
There you go. Well, but let's talk about being unique here. Let's talk about that. I mean, that's would you say that's part of the success of preferred towing as well? Is and I'll say it for you if you don't want to, but I think preferred towing stands out above many others in this industry. Is that hard for you to agree with because you don't want to come across that way? But
well, I think that, and I know when we started, that was one of the things I said to Gary. If we are going to start our own towing company, we are not going to be like what you see out there. We are going to be different. We're going to have clean trucks. Our guys are going to have uniforms. It's not going to be this greasy, thing that people think of when they think of a tow truck operator. We're going to be professional. We're going to change the industry. That was a big thing for us. We're going to move things. We're going to change this industry because it's a profession.
Right.
And it needs to be seen as that.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Absolutely. I mean, the job that our guys do is hard, and it's, to some degree it is dangerous, and they need to have the respect for the work that they do.
Yeah. And you've been able to take this beyond the towing industry. Like we just talked to Gary about, how you guys have advocated and you're making some progress there and getting a recognition for the industry. But you've really taken this over the top and being able to give back into the community too. Was that also a factor in deciding to start this business?
I think things were a bit tighter. It's always been youth, as far as, sports teams or,
Oh.
Move back to where you were. Stop walking around.
I'm not walking around. I'm right here.
Okay, there you go. You're back.
Oh,
okay,
sorry. Did
which-
you lose me?
However you had your head tilted, put it back there.
I'm not. It's Gary's phone. It's not me. It's Gary's phone.
Yeah.
Of course, that you know what? That makes complete sense. No, yeah, being able to give back, that was a factor for it.
Yeah, and so, I mean, that's what we've always been about since day one, starting the business. We've always given back to the community. And again, like I said, it was, might have been smaller things when we started out to, culminating to this larger thing that we've been able to do for the community.
Yeah. Okay. Tammy, thanks for putting up with me.
Hey, Dave, you help us a lot and you support us a lot. So I will put up with you as much as I have to.
Right. My wife says the same thing too, but for different reasons,
Hi,
probably.
Jennifer.
Well, this is that's a good testimony to, honestly, like we've known each other for so long, and maybe we kind of broke up for a little while, but we were still always around, and we've been able to keep cultivating that relationship, and that's really been another part of Preferred Towing, not just on the industry side, but on the community side, is building those relationships over time.
Yes, you are so true about that. And again, we've always said we never burn a bridge, because you never know when you're going to need it, right? Right. Don't put the nail in the coffin, right? I gotcha. Thank you so much for your husband for answering on the first ring. And thank you for snuggling up beside him there and talking to me on the phone. Well, thank you for including us. I didn't want to steal a thunder from Collin.
Yeah, we know. There you go. We'll make the son call you after the show.
Okay.
All right. Take care, guys. We love you.
You too. Have a nice weekend.
Okay.
Love you too.
Bye-bye. There's a great example, right? Thank you so much. Yay, we got that was fun. Collin and I talked about doing that, just so you know, before the show. So Collin was in on it too. I got his approval before I did it. Not that I probably would have done it anyway.
There's just a betting game.
What's that?
It was just a betting game to see if they were gonna answer.
Well, I knew if I called your mom, she'd probably answer and look and go, "What is he doing?" And well,
He's in the middle of a live stream.
Actually, Gary probably said the same. What? Oh, here we go. Right. But you were in on it too. I'm not taking all the heat for that one. When you hear that, I know you're close with your family, but when you hear that conversation that just happened there about, when I hear that too, I hear that like a comment was made earlier about how genuine you and your family are in this community and in the industry, right? It's so real, like what you're hearing right there. That wasn't scripted. They didn't know we were calling. That's like daily in your life right there, right?
Yeah. You know what? The way I always put it too for people asking me about the show, it's like, I'm not a good actor. I couldn't remember lines if I was told them, a second before. So what you see is what you get. That's who I am. So
yeah, right on. Oh, I didn't realize. I might be in trouble. 7:51. There's my wife, Jennifer. Everybody go friend request her on Facebook. No, just hello from upstairs. The studio's down here. I'm deep down in the dungeon, and she was up there. I think she got home unloading groceries, and there was like a couple of bang, and I'm like, oh, I'm live. She gets friend requests from people who's like, who is this person? I don't even know this person. They're friend requesting me, right? But so everybody go friend request Jennifer Moons right now. Just do it. She's gonna be so. What are you doing? Anyway,
I'm so thrilled,
right? Boy, it's been a lot of fun here, and as always, we're over time, but we don't really have it. You got to be somewhere. Are you on call or?
I do not. No, I'm not on call today, so it works out.
So we'll go till 10 o'clock then.
Yeah,
no, I'm completely kidding. But we do have the bobbleheads. You got the bobbleheads there. I think Mom dropped them off earlier, right? So we are going to. We'll get back to some of the comments, but we're going to give away a Gary and a Collin. You can have your very own Gary and Collin. Yep. What's the number on the bottom? Do we know?
38.
Number 38
and 35. 38 and 35. So not a matching pair, but
which one's 35?
Gary is 35 and I'm 38.
Right. Gary is not 35. But anyway.
And I am not 38.
So, right. Okay, so I'm going to, okay, I didn't prepare because I got carried away. Hashtag Ohana Landing. I got to get this right for your chance to win. Okay, so here's what you got to do. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching from, type hashtag Ohana Landing in the comments. Do it now. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to do that. And then we are going to have a draw where randomly we will give away the bobbleheads 35 and 38 of Gary and Collin. So you can have this for yourself. And again, you can still purchase all of these bobbleheads simply by, you can go to Facebook and send them a message. You can go to preferredtowing.com or just call the office, Google Preferred Towing, and you'll find the number 344-7277.
Yeah. Make sure you Google Preferred Towing Sarnia.
Yes.
Because there is another preferred. There's a couple more preferred towings, so you want to make sure you get one.
Get the. You want to get the original unique burgundy one. That's the one you want.
Yeah.
Right on. So yeah, put Ohana Landing hashtag. It's got to be hashtag Ohana Landing. And okay, here we go. We got a bunch in there. We'll talk for a little bit. We'll give you a few more opportunities. But hashtag Ohana Landing, and then I'm going to click a magic button over here. We'll put it up on the screen so you know it's completely fair. And this was a really unique idea to get these bobbleheads. I think this was probably your mom's idea, or did
it was?
Yeah,
it was. And we have something else coming. I can't say anything about it yet, but we do have another quite interesting piece of merchandise that'll be coming out here shortly.
Okay, I just need let me explain something to you. When you say we have something coming, but I can't say anything about it.
I know. I like to tease.
You just said something about it.
I know. I can say it's coming, but I can't say what it is. I'm sorry. But
can you text me?
I don't know. Can I trust you?
I don't know. Can you? I think that's really cool. Like, there's constantly, you guys are coming up with new ideas, unique ideas. Again, it's that uniqueness about Preferred Towing that's been a big part of the success. But for Ohana Landing as well, it just continues to be. We've got to keep doing this. We got to keep doing this. We got to find a way, right? And I know that's so important to your family. Yep. Yeah, that's cool. So, would you giving away like a tow truck or something?
Not quite that big, but
okay. Well, it could be a toy tow truck.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, lovely weather we're having. All right. It won't. Rachel says it won't let me hashtag. All you got to do is type hashtag. Well, I can't type it in because that could be the winner. Yeah, you just got to type like
ironic.
You got to type the number sign, like something like this. This is what you're looking for, Rachel. See that there?
Yeah,
boy, you've got
where is the hashtag? On a normal laptop, depending on what you're working with, you'd have to press Shift and number 3 on a laptop.
Yeah, if you're doing it on mobile, then yeah, you've got to switch your keyboard. Like, are you on an iPhone there? By the way, you have a message on Preferred Towing messages.
Oh, do we? Okay. I don't have control on that one, so I can't figure out how to at least get onto the messages on that one.
I mean, I can do it and you can't. Come on, what's up with that?
I'm not very tech savvy.
All right. Well, we know. Okay. Well,
there we go.
So you get that from your dad. We know that.
Yeah.
Okay. She got it. That's good. All right. We've got a bunch here. We're going to give you about 30 more seconds, folks, to type in hashtag Ohana Landing wherever you're watching from. We've got people. Let's go back over here. We've got some on YouTube. We've got Collin. We've got lots of people going right there. So, okay. All right. So, a couple more seconds. Rachel's in, so that's good. Margie wants to know, hi, Collin from Simcoe. Will you be having a calendar for 22?
Yes, we will. We will be doing another calendar, so be looking for that. We've actually been in the process of selecting the pictures for that, so that'll be. We're hoping for November we'll have them out. So just
Okay.
keep your eyes peeled on our Facebook page there on Preferred Towing. I'll share it on to Collin V Heavy Rescue as well, and then we'll go from there.
Nice. Okay. Oh, Matt Porter saying hello. Matt, if you're just joining, good evening.
Hey, Matt.
You've got about 10 seconds to type hashtag Ohana Landing for your chance to win a Gary and a Collin bobblehead. Not these ones. These are mine. I will never get rid of these.
But number 38 and 35.
Right. Come on, Matt. Well, it's Matt Porter. Pat Mortar? I don't know.
There you go.
Get the hashtag. Okay, I'm going to bring this up on the screen. I got to remember how to do this. Where is it? All right. Yes, there it is. Okay, this is our giveaway tool. Okay, Matt's in. Haha. And I am going to start collecting comments. And we've got 21 entries in there right now. I'm going to give you a hashtag Ohana Landing one more time. 10, 3, 2, 1. There you go. We're going to click draw. Good luck, everybody, for your chance to win. Who is it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And they're like, oh, my goodness, it's going to be me. And Lisa. Dancer Terry. Oh, Lisa, awesome. Congratulations.
Well, that worked out.
You are the winner of the bobbleheads for Gary and Collin. And I think what does she need to do? Just reach out to the office?
Yeah, well, she can either reach out to the office or reach out to me. She has me on Facebook. So
okay, there you go.
Or just reach out to either of us, and we'll get you set up there. Okay.
Awesome, right on. So Lisa, send Collin a message, and congratulations, and thanks to everybody for participating in the draw. That was kind of fun to do that, right?
That was.
Who doesn't like giving stuff away?
Yeah, there we go. That was first giveaway. I figured after a year doing this and watching the fan page grow as much as it has, I think this was the right time for it. So.
Right on. She says, awesome. Thank you. You're welcome, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Suzanne says, congrats. Look at everybody's like, right on. Cool stuff. All right. I know there is so many more comments out there, of course, that we didn't get to, folks, but we are time constrained here. Collin, thank you so much for I found a whole bunch of energy today. I think I don't know. It was just like, I think it's because we missed last month that I was like, okay,
we've got to get into this.
Got to make up for something that we missed last month. But overall, like, you're doing okay, right, buddy? Like, you're out there and you're doing your thing, and like life's good, and you're pushing forward through. You come across a lot of obstacles in this business. I mean, any business, but there's a lot that happens. This is such a unique industry.
It is. Every day is something new, as I always like to say. And you know what? It's neat that way. It really gives you, I guess, a sense of adventure, because you really kind of get to go places that you may not have actually ever gone before, or do jobs that you never thought you would end up doing, moving some weird things over the years and going to some cool places. It's a neat job. Yeah,
right on. Rachel says, love you both. Always enjoy watching. Please be safe and look forward to the next live stream. We don't know when it'll be. It'll be that day. That's all it'll be. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. Special shout out thanks to Gary and Tammy Vandenheuvel for taking they knew they had to take my call, because if they didn't answer, I would have just kept calling back, right? So, and I know where they live too. I can just show up at the door live and go, hi.
Just knocking on the door.
I think that would be fun one night to come over and watch, to have your family there watching an episode of Heavy Rescue 401, and we'll go live from the living room and get the reactions. There we
go.
That'd be tough.
That'd be interesting.
Right? That's got to be, before I let you go, that's got to be interesting sometimes too, that you watch somebody do a tow from another company.
Yep.
And you maybe go like, ooh, I wouldn't have done that way, or or vice versa. You might go, oh, never would have thought of that. Do you go through that?
Yeah, we do a little bit. We try to be fair because a lot of the time too, you don't know what the actual situation is because you're not there. So
Yeah.
it's really hard to say, I wouldn't have done it that way because you weren't there. But
Yeah.
I always do like watching to see, hey, that's something I would never have thought of, or I didn't think that would work that way, and being able to do stuff like that, it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, right on. Collin, thank you so much, buddy. I know you've got a lot going on, and I appreciate you stepping out and giving us your time. Final words before we go.
Just thanks everyone for tuning in again. It's always awesome to be here, and it's awesome to see where everyone's from. As always, slow down, move over. Yeah, everyone enjoy your night, and we'll be back at this soon again.
Right on. Collin, thanks so much, buddy. Everybody, thank you so much for being here and putting up with us here again tonight. We really do enjoy coming here and entertaining you and taking your questions and comments. I'm David Burrows, as always, happy to be your host. Until next time, slow down and move over. It's the law. Bye for now.